Hello folks, in this video I'll be doing a little review of the new Phantom Liberty DLC for Cyberpunk 2077. So the biggest change to gameplay actually comes from the update that's been done to this game, which brings it to version 2.01. So the biggest change you'll notice is when you go into your character menu here, this is all quite wildly different, and you can now receive updates to your relic, which gives you new skills such as jailbreak. You can read there if you want what that does, or emergency cloaking, vulnerability analytics. Again, you can read there what those things do. I'm going to go ahead and get the emergency cloaking. There we go. So, and you can upgrade these items with perk points and attribute points, and these are now sort of quite different to the way it was before. So I can't really show you the layout from before because I don't have a version running on that sort of system, but it does give you all your points back to put back into this. So obviously I was the maximum level at the time from the base game, so this does give you all the points back there. I definitely think I need more cyberware stuff. Haven't done much to the body one. I tend to find that mostly my cyberware gets me through, so this is quite different. It'll take a little bit of getting used to because this is really very different to what it was before, but you know, if you just look for the things that seem like what you had before, if you want to play it like that, you can still do that. For example, I put most of my points into intelligence because I really like the hacking elements of the game. And of course, I've got another relic point there. Temporarily slow time. Why not? There we go. In terms of the map and whatnot, not much has changed. So once you start playing this DLC, what will happen is you might think, oh, this is quite linear really, there's not really much room for exploration, but you need to get through the initial sort of part of the DLC, and then you can get into your new sort of area that you can explore and run around in. So this is basically your area, this bit here. And you can pick up all your missions and stuff, and like you normally would, and you are free, of course, to go back to Night City because someone tells you they've hacked the system, so you can go and do that. Inventory, pretty much the same as it was before, although now you've got different tiers of weapons which you didn't really have before, as far as I'm aware. So that's pretty cool. Cyberware. There's more levels to this now, more items you can put in, and more tiers that you can stick into them. Ooh. Oh, I can't get that one. Have I got enough to get this one? No, I haven't. Oh well. And of course your journal is different now as well. It tells you all the information on this side, and you can just click and double tap, and that changes it to what you need it to be on your map. So some definite changes. Whether that's for the better or not, I'll let you decide. I find I can still play it the way I used to like to before. So this is Dogtown. This is where you come out after you've done the initial sort of what I'll call the opening mission. It's quite long, but it's quite good, lots of action and stuff, and you come out here. And then, much like the base game, you're free to sort of explore and run around. If you came into this already at a really high level from the base game, the reality is you'll find this not too difficult because you're already coming at it with really high level weapons and whatnot. How does it feel to explore this world compared to the original? Well, this is a lot more bleak. But it feels slightly more lived in because there's not just cars whizzing by and all this sort of thing. There's just people sort of hanging around, trying to do the best they can in their environment, really. Here's a bad guy here. See, I don't really like these guys. So I'm going to hit him now. I'm going to stack him with loads and loads of overheats. And kind of get out of the way. And hopefully he'll overheat before he can trace me. Oh, I better hit him with another one. And he's now unconscious. Although, someone's still tracking me somewhere. I don't know from where. Because I already thought I took him out. Let's see what's going to happen. I don't know where they're tracking me from. There we go. Don't know if that was a glitch. Who knows? So, in terms of changes to the game, the DLC doesn't really change all that much in terms of the core gameplay. That's really the update that does that. So, what's my review focusing on here, really? Well, more of the world. What's the world like to explore? And how's the storyline? Well, the storyline's very interesting indeed, with lots of twists and turns and whatnot. And it also offers you up a different ending to the main game. Because if you, I won't spoil it in case you haven't played it, but the main game has two sort of endings, and this changes that. You can have different endings. The characters are all quite interesting, and there's some actual comedy in there as well. It's really good, and when you start playing, you don't quite know who's the bad guy really, who's the good guys. Am I being lied to? Is there something else going on here? Johnny Silverhand makes a return, which is pretty cool. Idris Elba's in there. So for £25, is this worth it? Well, I'm not going to let him kill him, am I? So I'm going to hit him with some of them.
We find you one way or another. Here.
So if you put your points, for example, into health regeneration and such like, you won't find this particularly difficult, these battles. If anything, you'll find it pretty easy, I dare say. There you go, I rescued you, mate. You can run away now. Maybe I'll put the body in the boot. I think you can do that. You cannot, which kind of makes sense because there's not a lot of room. Let's get rid of that. Shouldn't be trying to kill people. It's not very nice. So for £25, is this worth it? Well, you'll get between 15 and 20 hours out of this. And so I would say, yeah, this seems pretty worth it. It enhances the original game. And if you haven't played the original Cyberpunk, this is definitely the way to do it.
Perry, hey.
You got plans this evening? Kids. Go to Dark Matter on Woodland. You might not know the place. Don't really advertise.
Well, what's the occasion?
Us cracks. We never celebrated our little victory. Go around back, tell the bouncer you're with me, and let you in, no problem. Don't be late.
You don't really want these guys to recognise you, because they are the bad guys. They'll be looking for me. That's embarrassing. So what would I give this out of 10? Well, I've really thoroughly enjoyed it. The opening mission is quite excellent and full of action, and the game provides you with a decent amount, 15 to 20 hours if you focus on the main storylines, or longer if you decide to, for example, try to find all the graffiti, do all the side missions, all that sort of thing. So it provides a decent amount extra, totally new storyline, and in other games sometimes the DLC closes off the original game, but this doesn't. You're free to travel back and wander around Night City as you wish. So for me, I would really have to give this a 10 out of 10. Maybe a 9 out of 10, because it is fairly expensive for DLC, I suppose. But when you factor in the voice acting that's got to be done, and writing, and all the new world that's been made and stuff, I don't think you're getting a bad deal, in all honesty. This is a really good DLC. It provides you loads and loads of new content, and a reason to get back into Night City if you played it before and you've sort of done with it. So overall, I really enjoy it, and it's worth it just to see some new endings as well, really. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel and ring that little bell, share this video on social media far and wide, and feel free to check out my Patreon as well if you wish. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the game.